Hi guys, welcome back to Sunday League to Champions League. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have league games away against Maidenhead and at home against Weymouth. Maidenhead, as you can see, are actually sat bottom of the table at the moment. Weymouth sat down in 15th place, so they should be two games that we do quite well in. As you can see, we're still sat second in the table. We're 4 points behind Yeovil, so very slowly but surely we are closing the gap that has appeared um, over the last month or so, but we are closing it a little bit, so hopefully we can continue in that manner. We've had some very important wins recently as well. We had an unsuspected defeat against Chelmsford. We lost by 2 goals to 1, but since that win against Yeovil, we won 6-3 away at Hendon, 4-2 away at Hemel Hempstead, and 3-0 at home to Torquay. The Torquay game was a huge match as well, because as you can see by the league table, they're sat in fourth place following that defeat, and they're one of the players chasing us. One of the teams, sorry, that are chasing us in this fight within the playoff places. But with this recent run of form, we've ended up 7 points clear of Bath and Torquay. So we're looking quite strong, but we do need to go out and win these two matches to really push home our authority. We've done well recently, like I say, and form is good. We have made a new signing. Alfie Lloyd has come in on a free transfer. Decent determination and pace, good work rate and a good finisher. Can play out wide or up front. Really good quality player for us, and we are looking to build for next season. Um, we've been looking at him anyway, but we brought him in now because Bogdan Marian could be set to leave the club. He's definitely leaving at the end of the season regardless, but he could leave earlier than that if we decide to sell him. He's been unhappy at the lack of first team football, so I think it is probably a wise move, seeing as though we've already got his replacement in to make that move. One or two other players we're looking at offloading as well. Teddy Howe will probably end up leaving at the end of the season. We are in for a right back at the moment as well to replace him. So we're looking pretty strong. If we can get the players in that we want to replace the ones that are going to be leaving, I think we'll do quite well. Jem Hula is currently here on trial. We can't afford to give him any kind of contract at the moment, but he is a player that I feel could be very important going ahead. He's a very strong centre back, so fingers crossed we might be able to bring him in. He's on a 2 week trial at the moment, so certainly cause for optimism if we can get him in as well. But we have got to reset our focuses, of course. Yes, we've been doing well, but we need to really push on with these matches now. And Maidenhead have lost 4 of their last 5 games, the other one being a draw. So they're not doing particularly well in front of goal. And hopefully we can compound that misery today, considering they are bottom of the table and struggling. Alfie Lloyd did play in the last game. As I mentioned, he'd already made his debut. So he didn't perform particularly well, but he is still getting used to the way that we play and obviously team cohesion. He needs to try and fit himself in a little bit. So Chukwuemeka at the moment is the man that's dropping out for him. I'm a little bit low to do that because of the form that Chukwuemeka's in, but at the same time, Alfie Lloyd I think is a little bit of a better player. And with Chukwuemeka wanting to leave the club at the moment, I feel like it is the right move to make. Elliot O'Boyle has just put Maidenhead in front here. Not how we expected this to go. It's his first goal for the club, and we are behind against the bottom team in the league. And this is certainly not the start that we wanted. Lloyd here with a corner, swinging it in. There's the header from Igbinajin. I think it was Igbinajin. It could have even been Okieng, but it went over. And we're just struggling to get a shot on target at the moment. Winstanley here with the free kick. Just passes it into Isaac Bailey. Now Dudjak. That's a lovely pass. Romari Ford is in, and Romari Ford has scored. 5th goal of the season for him. It's our first shot on target, in fact, but that was a really nice finish from him. He's not contributed enough, in my opinion, going forward in relation to goals, but I think, to be fair, he's just starting to settle into the side a bit more. As soon as things settle down with Chukwuemeka, I am hoping that Romari Ford and Dudjak will sign new contracts with the club because at the moment they're out of contract at the end of the season. It is something that I'm a little bit concerned about, same with Tom Brewer as well, because I think that they could certainly do a job for us whether we get promoted or not. So it's important to me to tie them down going forward. Overall, we've been pretty strong today. 2 shots on target out of 8, so it's not ideal going forward, but we have been the better side. Just more of the same, and hopefully we can get the win that we deserve. Yamolu crossing it in, and Romari Ford was there, but I think Yamolu was actually offside, and he was. Romari Ford, unluckily, having his goal disallowed there. So it remains 1-1. They're certainly working hard for this Maidenhead at the moment, but we need to be careful and we need to stay on point. Corey Roberts winning the header and Okieng winning the header as well, but we just can't seem to connect the passes too well at the minute. And light into Lewis for Maidenhead. Now Ryan Phillips plays it out wide, and Nasser is completely free, plays it in, and Brewitt does well to clear, but Ryan Phillips picks it up again. Struggling to get to the second balls as well at the moment. Asari back to Ryan Phillips. Now Lewis into Petit, and it's a good strike, but it's wide of the post. Very, very far out. He would have done well to beat Kowalczyk from there, in my opinion. And it remains 1-1, and we're not really looking like we can do much going forward at the moment. We're going to go attacking, I think, and we'll drop it back if we go in front, of course. But Alfie Lloyd here with a free kick opportunity. Gets the strike away. It's a good effort, and it's smashed off the crossbar, and Light heads clear. But it remains one apiece. But that was a good effort there from the new man, Alfie Lloyd. Cooper now just playing the free kick back to Asari. Lofts it forward, and Kowalczyk comfortably makes the claim. Lloyd having another poor game, though. 6.4 for him. It's what he did in the previous match, so he needs to really pick his performances up, to be honest. Ryan Phillips beating Alfie Lloyd to the ball. And now Cooper into Lewis. Good interception from Isaac Bailey, who has got a knock here, so we have got to be a bit careful with him. But he's played a good pass into Jemiah Yamolu, who got brought down, but it fell for Harrison Dudjak nonetheless. And we are ahead now. We're going to drop back to a balanced mentality. We've got the goal that we deserve. And Isaac Bailey, I think, is going to have to come off here. The last thing we need is an injury to him. He has been one of our main attacking threats, I should say, really. But in midfield, he has been vital for us. He's got 20 goal contributions in all competitions from central midfield. And he has been very much a key player for us. The last thing we need is him getting a big injury, potential thigh injury. Hopefully it's nothing too major. Ron Hughes is going to come on for him. And again, Alfie Lloyd with a poor performance, but Chukwuemeka can come off the bench for him as well. Other than that, we'll probably just leave things as they are, just in case we get an injury going further on. To be fair, so far this season, I'm going to tempt fate, I know. We've not done too bad for injuries for the most part with the main part of the first team. And hopefully we can maintain that. It's certainly worked in our favour. Here's Hughes, taking a bit of a heavy touch. Does well, plays it back to Winstanley. Romari Ford is there, and he just looped the header over the keeper. And it was a strange one, really. I thought he connected too well with it, and it went over the bar, but it dipped just under, and we are 3-1 up now. And in the end, it's going to look a lot more comfortable than it has been until the last 10 minutes. The header looped over the keeper there. Bowser couldn't get near it, and we're looking very comfortable here for the 3 points. In terms of Yeovil at the moment, I'm not too sure how they're getting on. I can't quite see their match at the minute. Here is Brewitt into Hughes. Now Dudjak loses out to Ramirez Espan, and now O'Boyle into Cooper. Petit, Omelebu, good tackle by Winstanley. And now Hughes moving forward through the middle. Still going here. Still going Hughes. What a run this is from the midfield player. Lays it back to Winstanley, who's got space to get across him maybe here. Still going here, Winstanley. Now he gets the cross in. Chukwuemeka's at the far post, and Bowser does well to make the claim. It's a good catch from the keeper. A really well worked move down that right hand side. Run Hughes, plenty of running from him. Good to see. Brewitt there winning the header. Finds Hughes again. Now Romari Ford. Charging forward. Chance for him to get across him maybe. And he does so. Finds Yamolu. Back into Romari Ford again. There's Chukwuemeka. That is a really well worked goal again. No offside given. 4-1 now. And we are looking very good now for these 3 points. About 10 minutes to go, including adding time at most. Job is certainly done. Winstanley and Ibinajeen are both struggling a little bit for fitness. Romari Ford, I'm a bit loath to take him off. He's done so well today, and he is on a hat-trick, but he's also struggling for fitness. So we'll just keep an eye on it. And 10 out of 10 for Romari Ford today. He really has put in a very good performance. And that is a very good win here to start the episode. Yes, I know Maidenhead are bottom, but you still got to go out there and do the job. And that is another good job done And we look ahead to the Weymouth game now. Hopefully, we can continue this run. 7 points clear of Torquay and Bath in third and fourth, respectively. Just 2 points behind Yeovil now. So they were at home and drew 0-0 with Truro. So that is again, we're looking good. We are putting the pressure on here, and it's going well. Isaac Bailey, he's just got a tight hamstring, so we took him off obviously at the right time. 2 to 3 days he's out for, so he should be able to come back into the side ready for that home game next time out. So that is in a week's time, so bear with me. I'll just get through those 7 days. We'll come back for the game against Weymouth, and hopefully, like I say, we can continue this good run of form again. Okay then guys, here we go for the game at home against Weymouth. We have got a little bit of transfer business done once again, and Jem Hewlett, we have now managed to offer him a contract. Hopefully he will be able to sign. So Alfie Prescott, so we've got two Alfies having come in so far around this point. Alfie Prescott has come in as our backup slash potential first team right back. He's a pretty decent youngster, 19 years of age, good solid right back, and again, decent physicals, good dribbling ability, good first touch. Tackling is very good. Marking ability, not the best, but very determined character. Hopefully, he can do a job for us. Previously of Southampton, has had a loan spell in non-league with Brokenhurst before now, managed 8 appearances there, but I think we've done well to bring him in. And as such, we're now looking at allowing Teddy Howe to leave the club. And I think Prescott is going to be an upgrade on Howe. So I think, to be fair, we've done pretty well. And with more transfers that are happening at the moment, we're fully preparing ourselves for next season, whether it's at this level or in the National League. I think we'll be pretty much there with the squad as well. We won't need to do too much business unless we get a really good player become available. We may need an option in central midfield next season. We've got Hughes, Bailey, Dudjak and Okieng at the moment. Whitting is potentially going to leave the club. He's probably going to leave at the end of the season. I've set him for release now. He isn't, well, he's not playing at all really. So he's the kind of player that we are deeming as a bit expendable, so he can leave. But we'll see how things go in the meantime. We're at home against Weymouth. If we can get the centre back in Hewlett, we'll do really well, I think, and that will certainly assure us going ahead with our defence, especially with Harris retiring at the end of the season. Um, Strong starting lineup again, pretty much the same as the game against Maidenhead last time out. So hopefully we can get the same kind of result as well. Keeping an eye on Yeovil, they're away against Southend. Southend have been a bit of a funny one this season. They're a little bit up and down, but could be a tough test today for Yeovil, especially away from home. Hopefully, we can do the business, and so can Southend. And I can just see there, just above my head, Southend have taken the lead against Yeovil. So if we can do something here, briefly at least, we could be top of the table. Bailey and Roberts exchanging passes along with Winstanley. Roberts just moving it into the centre of the pitch a little bit. Hasn't got too much support, but finds Harrison Dudjak. Lays it back to Tom Brewitt. And he looks long for Alfie Lloyd, and that's a really good touch from the winger. Plays it inside to Isaac Bailey. Now forward into Okieng. It's a solid strike from Okieng. He's only scored a couple of goals for us this season, both of which were from set pieces, so that was a pretty good effort. And the keeper just about managing to keep it out. From the resulting corner, Lloyd swings it in. It's easily cleared by Coleman. And Dudjak picks it up into Alfie Lloyd, who I think is offside, and he is. And unfortunately, the move ends there. It remains 0-0, but positive start. Just got to keep an eye on things. Melvin Lambert there, getting in behind. He was offside as well. But Kowalczyk managed to claim the ball anyway, so the referee has just allowed us to play on. Kowalczyk launches it forward, looking for Yamolu. Redknapp wins the header. Okian controls well and finds Romari Ford. He plays it into Yamolu. Back into Romari Ford. Chance to get past his man if he can. That's a brilliant effort. What a strike that is from Romari Ford. I thought the defender managed to force him a little bit further out wide there, but he's unleashed an unbelievable strike there. Okian passed it into him. Good one-touch play between him and Yumolu. And in the end, he just thought, sod it. And he just absolutely smashed it into the back of the net. And we find ourselves ahead. Southend still ahead against Yeovil as well as things stand. I'll just move that down so you can see there. Mavididi with the goal for Southend. They have just had an injury though, so hopefully that won't affect them too much. But so far, pretty solid performance. Southend are 2-0 up. Stevenson has just scored. That could be a huge result going our way if we can get the job done here. We'll tell the lads to keep doing what they're doing. We've had 3 attempts at goal, 4 attempts now, and all on target. Weymouth, we have restricted them to just 2 attempts with none on target. But at 1-0, it's a very dangerous position to be in. I've said it time and time again. We have to get the job done. Brewitt with a good header clear, but Young picks it up. Finds Jewett White. That's a good block. And now Alfie Lloyd picks it up. Launches it forward, and Yumolu could be in behind here. It's a good run from the striker to spread the play a little bit. And he swings it in looking for Alfie Lloyd. It's cleared away. And now we could be caught out the other way here as Weymouth look to break with Shubar. Finds Melvin Lambert, and it's a poor strike, but he was offside anyway, so a very poor run from him. It's going to be just above my head, as you can see here. Still 2-0 to Southend, and things are going in our favour here. By the end of today, we could find ourselves atop of the league. Here is Yumolu, charging forward down this right-hand side. Still going, under a lot of pressure from the fullback. He's managed to get a crossing. Alfie Lloyd couldn't win the header though, but it's fallen for Harrison Dudjak. And he's charging into the penalty area. It's just wide. That was a really good run from him. Just unlucky, unfortunately. And we still keep an eye on the Southend game as well as what we're doing. Still, it remains 2-0 to Southend. Alfie Lloyd here with a free kick. He went close in the game last time out, and this time it's just wide. Not quite as good an effort that time, but he is trying, that is for sure. We are going to make a couple of changes here just to freshen the side up a bit. Romari Ford is struggling a little bit. Both him and Alfie Lloyd were on yellow cards, in fact, which isn't ideal. I think, to be fair, we'll leave Romari Ford on again. And we'll take Alfie Lloyd off for Chukwuemeka. Struggling in midfield again. Ronan Hughes can come on for Isaac Bailey, of course, had that knock last week. We don't want to risk him, as I mentioned before. And we'll just leave it at that for now, as we've got a couple of centre-backs on the bench. Brewitt, of course, could push up into midfield if we take Okieng off. That is an option that we do have. And at the moment, Yeovil have actually pulled the goal back against Southend, so they're back in it there. Here's Chukwuemeka just forwarding it to Yumolu. Okieng calmly plays it to Corey Roberts. Well worked room there for Winstanley. Did really well to find the space, and he comes charging down this right hand side. Needs support, loses out, but picks it up again. Here's Corey Roberts. That's a nice pass into Ronan Hughes. Yumolu plays it first time here to Romari Ford. Big chance and a good save from the goalkeeper, Allen. And it remains 1-0, but that was a big opportunity for us there. And Igbinajin will take the resulting corner. Any second now, he will take the corner. Here he comes, swings it in toward the near post. Judjak was there waiting, as was Chukwuemeka. It's fallen for Brewitt. Back to Igbinajin, lays it back to Corey Roberts. Now Dudjak into Okieng. Lays it back to Ronan Hughes. We're taking our time here and we're working it quite well. Lays it back to Corey Roberts again. Still holding on to possession, which is what we need to be doing. Here's Okieng. Just exchanging passes with Roberts. It's ended up back in our own half here as Brewitt finds Dudjak. I'm a little bit concerned. I've seen us do this before and then we just give the ball away cheaply, just like that, and the opposition can break. But luckily, nothing came of it from Weymouth's point of view. We're into added time. Yeovil's still behind against Southend. And it looks like we could be atop of the league. That's a good result for us at 1-0. Not the most convincing performance we've had by any stretch, but that is a good, strong 3 points. And there's the confirmation. We sit atop of the league by a point following Yeovil's 3-1 defeat to Southend in the end. Excellent, excellent stuff. And now we just have to build on that. We've got a lot of work still to do. Plenty of matches still to be played, of course. And hitting top spot now might not be the best time to do it, but we've got to make the most of it and see what we can do going forward. In terms of games coming up, there is plenty of them, that is for sure. We'll get through a few matches. We'll probably come back for potentially Southend and Hampton and Richmond. We'll see who's challenging in the league table. So Hampton and Richmond are in the playoff places. Southend are sat in mid-table. So I think Hampton and Richmond definitely could be a fixture that we look at. Dulwich Hamlet's the other one around that. Where are Dulwich Hamlet? See, they're borderline as well. Hampton and Richmond will be a definite one. I think Southend away and Hampton and Richmond at home will be tomorrow's episode, and then it's the last two games of the season after that, and we'll see how we get on in the meantime. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for your support. Please like, subscribe to the channel. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.